making movies is a crazy thing to do. You might remember those words from a video long ago. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but since putting them down on that page, they've never quite left my mind because, well, making movies is genuinely, honestly, entirely unequivocally a crazy thing to do. And I think while we're watching them, we understand that. Sometimes we can feel it too. I know I do. It's just the most impossible thing, this imperfect science where imagination meets reality and a whole lot of logistics that's really no kind of science at all. It's all stress and struggle and relentless failure. It's all blood, sweat and tears. It's heartbreak and it's hardship and it's a lot of late nights. And above all that, it's just generally hard work. So why do we do it then? For stories, man. For stories. Because we believe in the make-believe and the truths it reveals in us. Because we believe in inspiration and ingenuity and investigating our most burning questions about the world around us. Because we believe in coming together to forge something, to express something from ourselves that will coalesce into a force greater than any individual offering to it. We do it because there's nothing quite like it. There's nothing quite like carting camera gear up a slope in the sweltering sun to capture a cinematic skyline at noon. There's nothing quite like floating in the ocean in the freezing cold in search of the most surreal golden sunrise. There's nothing quite like trying for take number 20 in the pouring rain at 4 AM or the 600th hour staring at an edit suite screen saying, "No, wait, maybe it was better before." In all the years of talking movies on this channel, I've never talked about my movies because for the longest time, it just took too much out of me to keep making them. So I stopped. I took some time off to learn, to grow, and to find the fire it takes to do this crazy thing because, well, making movies is a crazy thing to do, and now I'm back making them again. We need your help to do it. Yeah, we're making a movie, a short film. Long way round to make that point, but I need you to understand what this means to me. Everything. It means everything. Now, let me back it up a sec. I said we are making a movie because I'm not doing this alone. You never are when you're making a movie.
Hello.
I'm Jay. This is Jay.
Hi there, my name is Jay. I'm a writer, actor, director, muso, and human being. I grew up here in Western Australia, studied at the West Australian Academy of Performing Arts and graduated in 2020, and since then I've kind of been traveling around and moving and grooving, moved interstate, done some acting gigs here and there, and now I'm back here making some films, which is kind of what we've always done. We made some films back together in high school and no one will ever see. And we also ran the incredibly successful and highly acclaimed YouTube channel Breaking Banner for many years, where we did all sorts of things.
Holy shit! Wind it up. Oh, that's a first.
Yes!
You was a big fan of that one?
Oh, big fan. We've been doing this together forever, basically.
Yeah, I guess when you're just traveling around and listening to the world and learning different ways of living a life, you start to accumulate stories. And now these stories are kind of pouring out of me in all sorts of different forms, and I'm ready to tell them.
And so Jay came back with a story, one we both really, really want to tell.
Expecting young couple, Amanda and Owen, put their relationship to the fire as they struggle to decide whether their child will be born back in Amanda's native Sweden or here in Owen's Australian hometown.
It's called HEMMA, and it's about two beautiful people navigating some seriously heavy-duty stuff, which is exactly the kind of story that we'd want to watch.
And I think that's what we want to work back from, right? Like, what is a movie we would want to see?
Well, I think it'd be something that's melancholic and fiery, something that's achingly beautiful, yet loaded with a sense of dread, told in 5 distinct chapters across a weekend away in the Australian southwest.
Well, good news, pal. What do you got that sly look for? Sly.
So, this is Owen.
That'll be me. And then Amanda will be played by my co-writer, Isabel, and a dear friend of mine. She is currently finishing filming season 2 of The 12 on Binge, and also finishing off her last year of training at Whopper.
She's an absolute superstar.
I'm taking this off, it's freaking hot. This all came about because we've known each other for many years, studying with one another, and wanted to create something.
So, they wrote it, we're directing it.
Just like the good old days.
Just like the good old days. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeehaw, no worries.
Now, you're probably wondering, what does a movie by Jay and I look like? What does it move like? Well, I'd like to think we kinda got our own thing going on, but it's probably best to look at who we love most. Steve McQueen, Terry Malick, Barry Jenkins, Lynn Ramsey, Alfonso Cuarón, Justin Kurzel, Darren Aronofsky, Paul Thomas Anderson, Denis Villeneuve, and Andrea Arnold. That's a lot of names doing a lot of different things, but that's just it, isn't it? Our influences have come from far and wide across a lot of years and a lot of movies. And I think that's why this feels so special to me. Whether you've been with us since the start or you only arrived here yesterday, you've been here to see us grow into the storytellers we are today, one movie at a time. That's a journey you can follow from day one to right now. From kids who knew nothing and did this just to direct all that energy somewhere, to kids who still also kinda know nothing, but are working their asses off to learn, because we're all just works in progress. And as much as this channel has taught me that there is truly no end to theory, no point where you're ever gonna think you know enough to go out and get started in practice, at some point you just gotta jump. So we did. This past July, we shot a super low-key short film on a shoestring budget about 2 brothers living out of the back of their car, just trying to make it through the day as they search for a home. Jay wrote it, we directed it, and it's in the edit right now. And we're so proud of it, we're so proud of it, and we cannot wait for you to eventually see it when it's done. But the one thing we knew after it was all over was that we could not do this again on our own, and so that's where you come in with HEMMA. For us, filmmaking is about community, because your film does not exist without the time and resources and talent of the people around you. And so with this production, we'd love to be able to provide for those people. That's why we've decided to launch a crowdfunding campaign with INDIEGOGO to help finance all that goes into making a short film like HEMMA happen. From cast and crew to locations, wardrobe, sound, camera, lighting, and all that's in between and behind the scenes, we want to give HEMMA and its team the best shot at making the best film possible. Over on the campaign site, you'll see a breakdown of our funding goal and where the money will be going, but beyond all the logistics, you'll see how we're saying thank you for your support using INDIEGOGO perks, including your name in the end credits of HEMMA forever. Follow the link on screen now or hit it up in the description of this video to find out more and help make this dream project become a reality. Honestly, it's scary to sit here and ask for help. Coming up as a young filmmaker these days, it's also DIY. We're taught how to do it ourselves for nothing, and so I guess that's all we ever really do. But we're never taught how to take that next step. And so this is just what made sense to us. Ask for help from the people who know us, who know our story. Ask for help from the people who have believed in us this far, because we wouldn't have made it this far without you. So, I guess that's all this really comes down to today. Making movies is a crazy thing to do. We're crazy enough to be making one, and it would mean the world if you were crazy enough to join us in doing so.
Där sitter jag och väntar på